Baked and baked. Why isn't there?
Do you ever like
So
just get on your computer and then just completely forget how to use it, and all of a sudden just like,
I thought
have I ever used this before? Because
I do it every single day. I went live because I went live on my other show because I wanted to make sure the mic was working right. So I just like I'd rather screw up there than screw up here.
yeah, right.
Um,
Man, I'm like, I had all these documents right here. I thought on my desktop, and I can't find it now. But
well,
it
there you
is
go.
right. It is what it is.
Why does people keep calling me all the time? Every time I go live, somebody calls me.
Yeah,
Well,
I never
they
had that
can.
problem till last week, and I got 3 phone calls during the show last week. I was like,
Let's see here. Let me pull up our. Let me pull up Facebook. If anybody's on here, oh, there are people on here. We're just chit
well,
chatting.
hell, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show. And I swear we are not. But we were just chit chatting. We have a new microphone for the show, and Mr. Sean will have his new microphone. So next week, there'll just be microphones everywhere. Today, we are talking about anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
Anxiety and depression on the Wake and Bake Show, and how CBD and THC and all of that. I'm not forgetting about you guys. I am actually seeing if I can see better responses on the Facebook page feed than anywhere else. Hold on.
Sorry for all the noise here.
So next week. All right. I can see if people type in there. All right. Adele Rocca from the East Coast is on here. Beverly Palau. Jeez, that's like from my high school days. And Beverly, I'm sorry. I mean, she probably knew back in high school, um, but hey, Beverly, hey, everybody who's on here. We're doing our live chat. We're talking about anxiety and depression, and we've got some really good questions today. But feel free, like you can jump on here and ask a question, and we'll ask uh, our buddy Sean here because he knows his stuff. And we are talking about CBD, THC, all of that stuff.
And depression this week, right?
Yes, and depression. So let me pull up our first.
Depression and anxiety, they kind of go together.
First question we got is, let me see if I pull this. I'm going to pull the headset out. Does just CBD help with both depression and anxiety?
It does. Yes.
So, okay. So how does it do that?
How does it do it? Depression and anxiety are kind of like spokes on the same wheel. So there's different things that cause them, but one can feed the other, and the other can, vice versa. They can work together and make things chaotic and hell for a person. How it works on the human response system is it will help calm the overactive and the areas of the brain that are functioning too much, and it's causing that anxiety, repetitive thoughts, OCD, the obsessive compulsive type thoughts. Those thoughts can be disruptive. That can lead to depression. The anxiety of just having anxiety can make that person have depression. Sometimes anxiety will then lead to a chemical dependency and a drug addiction or alcohol addiction, which then leads to depression and more anxiety, or it was an illness or a disease that led to a depression and feeling I'm not going to get back to normal, or I'm not going to be the same again. And that leads to anxiety, right? And the anxiety of not, right? So all of a sudden now we're just seeing this thing be passed back and forth like a baton. And how it works is we have the CB1, CB2 receptors, especially the CB1 receptors in the brain and in the gut. And we're seeing great results from that because they're different, but they're the same, right? There's something about how we react that can help with both. And we've seen that with CBD, how it helps with both. It helps the depression. You're not having the depressive thoughts. You're not having the lower end of the mood spectrum, but you're not, revving out either with the da 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 da, like, it's so it balances it is what it does.
It tends to give me more of, for me, the anxiety aspect is like, I always joke about it, but I put a few drops into my iced tea in the morning or my coffee or however I get started. I have the focus I need without the rangy, uptight stuff.
Right.
The THC I would use for depression, kind of mellow me out, but that's usually at times where I'm not functioning, like working, that kind of stuff. So
Right.
that would be the evening. But I find the combination of during the day with the CBD and THC and that works really well. Now, there's some people who don't want any THC. Well, they certainly could use the CBD for both anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to approach it in a way, if you are self-medicating, you learn about your body, you learn about how you respond to it, and you find out what works and what doesn't, and you increase your dosage to get you to where you need to be, to where you find your happy, medium, where you're getting the help you need and you're feeling the relaxation you want. You're treating the anxiety, you're helping with the depression. It's about getting the medication in daily. After 5 days is when we really see an effect. It's not an immediate response. A lot of people are, well, I took it and it didn't work.
Thank you so much for saying that. I took it twice last night and this don't work. I'm like, I used to own health food stores, folks, for years, and I'd have somebody come in, buy something that day and return it the next day and go, it doesn't work. I go, no. This could take anywhere from 10 days to 30 days for this to kick in. And I believe that CBD has a better track record than most dietary supplements when it comes to working quickly. So, 5 days is a lot better than a month.
That pain cream that we formulated, that you have, that type of thing, that's pain relief. We're getting noticeable results within 15 minutes, some within 5, some sooner, depending on how bad the pain is, how they've been treating it in the past. So that's different when it goes under the tongue, sublingual, and they're testing it in the brain to see what parts of the brain are reacting to, the cannabinoids. They're seeing that within that 6 to 12 second range, that it's in the brain, it's working. So you don't notice the effect. The human, the person, Sean, and all his bullshit and everything going on in his life, all the craziness, he's not noticing the change. But the brain is starting to say, oh, well, let's use this. We got something new here that can help us. Let's process this chemical and get it going. And by the time it builds up, and you're seeing the effect, one day it's just, I compare it a lot to, you wake up and you just don't realize, it's not that you wake up and you're just happy and everything's great again, and just realize you're not feeling the other thing anymore, right? It's like,
right.
You're just like, what about my business did this? I'm about, you seem like you're in a good mood. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah, you're right. I am.
I've noticed with me, it's like the anxiety goes away first, and then I don't notice the depression as much.
There it is. Yeah.
So it's the way it's always been for me too. When it comes to, like, I know the THC is like, if you take it once, take it twice, whatever it is that works for you, but know that you could be stoned from it and so on. The other thing here is with the CBD, like, I guess you experiment with it, but how often should you take it for the anxiety aspect?
Morning, noon, and night.
Okay.
Morning, noon, and night. So if we're dealing with anxiety, we want to microdose, start small, see how it affects you, increase the dosage, taking it up to 3 times a day. Someone who's dealing with a heavy load of anxiety, a heavy load of depression, we want to.
So they're just, people are asking, and I said, there you go. This is funny because this is a story from another person. They said a therapist told me once that cigarettes are best combined antidepressants and anti-anxiety because nicotine could treat both together. which actually I think is kind of true. Not sure how, but wondering if you're familiar with CBD or medical marijuana that could treat both. Do you hear me? Uh-oh.
Can you hear me better?
I'm sorry, I lost you for a second. Can you hear me?
Clear, and then all of a sudden a little bit of static started kicking a little bit, and it started building up.
I know, and my stuff is okay, but it looks like your side is freezing and doing the crunchy thing.
It might be lagging because there's a lot of cloud cover over here, and I'm by the mountain.
Oh, you're up that place.
No, I'm up in my home, but where we are located next to the mountain, we get horrible cell signal.
Oh.
Yeah, for being so close to being in town, it feels like we're way far out of town,
It's always something, but don't worry, guys. It's a lesson in progress, and we get better every single week.
I can try getting some.
You're like slowing down.
Signal and then logging back. Super neat. Yeah, sorry, Rick. I apologize. Must be my connection.
Hey, it is all good. We don't want to screw this up because there's really good information coming out on this show. So we are going to try to do it again, possibly tomorrow or Friday, because we'll have the other mic set up. And I know but this is going to be a pretty good show. So we will put up on our various pages when we'll be on. So we're going to hit the end broadcast, but we will see you tomorrow.